and I look at my DMs and I have a DM from Coco Rocha herself. And I like lost it. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah if you're new. Thank you so much for tuning in. Right off the bat, I want to let you guys know this video is in no way clickbait. This is actually a secret that I've been keeping for a few months now, and one that I am so excited to finally share, and I'm nervous, but I think it's gonna be good. So long story short, this is a update on my life that I have kept pretty private for the last 4 months, I would say 3 or 4 months. And the reason I've been keeping it private is because making YouTube videos, and being on Instagram and having a blog, I'm super transparent about my life, and I love being transparent about my life. That is something that I don't find to be an issue for me. I think it's really helpful to people when you share a lot of your heart, and I think because for years I didn't do that now it's kind of become my main focus for everything I do, is really wanting to be open about everything going on in my life. And what I've realized is that sometimes there are just things you gotta keep to yourself, at least for a little while. And for my personality too, I tend to, if I share something with somebody, I tend to take their opinion and give it a lot more weight than I probably should, and therefore it can really affect how I feel about the situation or how I feel about something going on in my life. And so when this particular thing happened in my life, I realized that I wanted to keep it pretty private. And also, before you think anything, I'm not dating anybody. This is not a dating video. So sorry. Wish it was. I actually think this is more exciting than that. But I just decided that I only wanted to tell my family, and I only wanted to tell a few close friends. And honestly, haven't even gotten to tell all of my really close friends, just because I am very fortunate to have several different circles, and they're actually all in separate states. And so it's just, I just decided to tell maybe 3 or 4 friends, and then to, if I wanted to, be more open about it. And I will say, I don't have a ton of time to be making this video, so this video is going to be very short, but I woke up this morning with just this excitement for this update, and I was like, you know what, I am so excited to just shout this from the rooftops and share it, and whatever comes, and all that jazz. So I am very nervous making this video though. I will say I don't usually get nervous making these, but this one has got me nervous. I think I'm nervous, and I was even really nervous to tell my friends. And it was so funny telling 2 of my really oldest friends, closest friends back home at Christmas, and they both looked at me and they were like, we thought you were dying the way you built this up. So now I feel like I'm building this up too much, and you guys are gonna all comment and be like, that was literally nothing. But for me, it's a really big deal, and so I'm excited to share it with you guys. So let's go back a little bit to about 3 or 4 months ago. This summer actually, so we're gonna go back further than 3 or 4 months ago. So last summer, summer 2019, I had just moved to Texas. I was really frustrated with my job situation. Some things don't change. And as you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I am also a trained photographer. And so it was the summer, I was applying for jobs, nothing was happening. And I was I got bored one day, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna really work on my lighting skills and this thing. And if you're a photography nerd, you totally get that. It's super fun to play with lighting and to play with different angles and all that stuff. So I was home alone and was like, you know what, I'm gonna play with lighting, I'm gonna play with this, and I'm gonna take some pictures of myself. Maybe I can use some on my website. I needed new pictures at the time. And ended up the photos came out really good. And I was like, that was really fun. I had more fun being on the other side of the camera, not taking the picture, than I had ever before. Granted, I was alone, so that also helped because I was the only person in there, but that's regardless. So I take these photos, and I really loved them, and I showed them to my parents, and obviously, I have really, really amazing parents, really supportive, but they both were like, these are really good. Maybe you should consider modeling. And I was like, kind of wanted to do that my whole life, was always too afraid to because I never saw women that looked like me on the cover of magazines. Yeah. So this was a dream of mine that I've had since a young age, but I never really allowed it to be like a full-fledged dream because I didn't see women that looked like me when I was growing up. And now, thank the, like, dear sweet Lord, we are finally seeing models of all different sizes. Like, thank you. Because I never saw women that looked like me, so I didn't think I could do it. So I just kind of like pushed it aside. Take these photos, my parents say that, I'm like, wow, maybe I could do that. I don't know. But I kind of just like didn't think about it, and I kind of just like kept going, whatever. So then one day, this is about like 5 months ago, I'm scrolling on Instagram and I follow the supermodel Coco Rocha, who, if you don't know Coco Rocha, please do your research because she is an incredible supermodel, such a household name. She is just such a champion for women of all different sizes and shapes and disabilities and all of it to be in the modeling industry, and I just think that is so refreshing and so cool. And basically, and also you might know Coco because she went viral a few weeks ago. She was walking in Christian Siriano's show, and if you guys remember, this video was on like E! News and all this stuff. Leslie Jones from SNL was like standing up and was like cheering her on like as she walked the catwalk, and it was so funny and so good because Leslie Jones was like, yes honey, like da, 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 da. And like I think it went viral because I don't think Coco could like keep a straight face because like she was just like, this is so cool. Anyways, she's been on the cover of Vogue and Harper's Bazaar, and I mean, she's just so cool and great. And Coco has a modeling camp. This is where the secret's gonna come. So I, on a whim one night, apply for this modeling camp. And the whole time I'm applying, I'm like, I'm not gonna get this. This is just such a reach. Like, you know what? This is one of those things in life where you just go for it and you don't get it and you say, at least I tried. And I wasn't able to submit any photos, so that was kind of scary. She only had access to my Instagram, and I was like, okay, well, if it's meant to be, like, it's meant to be, whatever. So a few weeks later, I was on, I think I was like a Sunday night, I was lying in my bed, I was just playing on Instagram, looking at, watching Netflix, like super chill night, and I get this email. And it says, Dear Hannah Williams, or no, I'm sorry, I didn't get an email. Ooh, let me rewind. I was on my Instagram and I look at my DMs and I have a DM from Coco Rocha herself. And I like lost it, like lost my shit. Sorry for saying that, sorry for cursing, but like lost it. And she says, hi Hannah, would love to have you come to my modeling camp. Like please, like where, you know, I would love to accept you and whatever and whatever. And I just like screamed, like actually like audibly was like, ah! And I called my parents and I was like, oh my God, I got accepted. I'm gonna go train with Coco Rocha. Like this is insane. And basically the long of the short is I am going to New York in June to train under the supermodel Coco Rocha for a weekend at one of her modeling training camps. What? Like, what? And I would so encourage you guys to check out her Instagram, check out the camp. I'm gonna have them all linked down below. Even if you're not interested, if you're just like curious about what this is that I'm talking about or what I'm gonna go do, to be honest with you guys, like I'm still learning about it. I'm still learning about this whole industry and like, is it really something I want to jump head first into? I think right now it's something that I definitely am pursuing quite heavily. It's not gonna be like, right now it's not like what I'm pursuing to be like my full-time job, but it is a really exciting update in my life that I wanted to share with you guys. A side note of all of this is that one of the perks of having Coco Rocha train you and work with you is that she looks at your portfolio. And when I applied to the camp, I really only had the photos that I took of myself. And so I was like, okay, I gotta get some photos taken, like we gotta get this going. And when I looked at agencies and what modeling agencies require, a lot of them require photos without any makeup. So a few weeks ago, I was in Dallas and working with a photographer that I absolutely love. Her name is Avery, and I'm gonna put her down below. And we shot in this great studio. Again, literally everything I'm talking about I will link down below. But we shot in this great studio called the Lumen Room in Dallas, and we did a whole au naturel, no makeup shoot, and I am just so over the moon excited about this update and this thing in my life because the photos that I took with Avery, I was really nervous about. I had gone into the studio, I was not feeling very confident. I was like, no makeup, great. I was very bloated and I was just like, this is just gonna be a train wreck and whatever. All the negative talk that you could think was going on in my head was. So I took these photos and I just got them back and I am so pleased and I love them so much, and I just felt such a sense of confidence that I haven't felt, I don't even know if in my whole life. I noticed like my curves and I noticed like, yeah, I got a little pooch there, but like I actually think that's okay and like that might be acceptable, and also just really diving into the world of like modeling for women who are more curvy. Technically, I'm not plus size. I'm like what they call an in-betweenie, which means I'm not like a 2 or a 4, but I'm not like a 16. And so it's an interesting area of modeling, and I've really discovered that like there is just so much growth that can be done there, but there's also like such cool things already happening in that area of modeling industry. And so yeah, I will let you guys know that's all the information I have right now. I'm training with Coco Rocha in June. I have applied for a few agencies. I have no idea what's going to happen with that. But I am sharing the photos that I took in my last photo shoot on my Instagram, so make sure to follow that. I was really nervous to share this with you guys, but honestly, it feels so good to just like shout it out that like this is something I'm pursuing. It's absolutely terrifying, and yet it's so wonderful at the same time. And like I want to emphasize that like nothing could come from this. Like I could go train with her and then like nothing, but at the same time like I'm okay with that because this is a total leap of faith and a total risk that I'm taking. And I remember a friend of my family told me one time, he said, you will never regret taking a risk because you will always learn something from it. And I really believe that's like how I'm gonna attack this new thing in my life of like, this is a total risk and like it could pay off. Actually, you know what I'm trying to say is that this is a total risk and it's going to pay off regardless. It's going to pay off if, you know, nothing happens because I will have learned that I tried it and it wasn't for me, or something will happen and we'll talk then. But the best thing about it is that every reaction I have gotten from this after telling people about this has been so positive and encouraging, and my friends were like, you're so excited about this. We haven't seen you excited about something like this in a long time. And I think that proves that like this is something I'm really excited to chase. Also, I've had several friends who are like, whoa, I can kind of see that. Like, that's crazy. Like, this is going to be so exciting. I'm so excited for you. And I even had one friend and he is just like, oh, he just knows my heart. And he was like, I just see this for you. Like, I just see something really, really, really cool coming out of this. Whatever that is, we don't know. That's obviously up to God, not me. But yeah, I feel like I've been rambling for like 20 minutes. I told you guys this was going to be a short video. I always do that. Okay. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you're notified every time I post a video. As always, I would love for you guys to follow me on Instagram and read my blog if you feel like it. Those are all linked down in the description box below. I love you guys so much. Really appreciate you tuning in. Be kind to each other, and I will see you next time. Bye!